Hi, I am responding to a query that was asked in our group regarding how to draw a trend line. Now, there are many ways that you can draw a trend line, but the most important thing is what is the purpose for which you want to draw the trend line. A trend line is connecting two different points and extended thereafter. But what is your purpose? If you are only drawing an approximate trend line to know whether the stock that you have chosen is going up, sideways, or down, then there is one way to do it. If you want to be technically correct, then there is another way of doing it. In fact, there are multiple other ways of doing it, and I am not going to take a technical lesson here. I am only interested in identifying a stock which is strong and that I can buy and hold for a period of time. But on the other hand, I will also show you the simple way to draw a trend line on a technical basis. Okay? Now that may be important for people who do positional trading. That is the important thing. Okay, so let's get started. Now you need to be on this chart, any chart of your choice. I have chosen the mid small cap 400 one day NSE chart. Okay, and I am going to say 1 year. This is 1 year, and I have got a daily chart for it. Now if I want a longer thing, I don't go press 5 years because then it will change to weekly. Instead, I am going to use my scrolling button on my mouse to just extend the chart like this. Anyway, I'll prefer to go back to a 1 year because it keeps it simple. Now, go to the left side and you will find right on top lines. Choose that. There's a trend line, a ray, and I think you should experiment with this. It's after all just drawing and see what happens. This is the best way to learn, by you doing it. This is just a lesson that should kick you off in that matter. So I select trend line and then I go. Now I am drawing a technical trend line. I go to the bottom and then I have to get a technical trend line, I have to attach it, or it has to pass through the next low point of the chart. So if you see here, by doing this I made it go through this low here. This is one trend line. Okay, this is one trend line. That means this particular chart index was going up at this rate, which is almost about 60%. Okay, but it stopped and has started going down here. You can also look at the trend line going down from the connecting the tops. For example, I will do that now. I'm choosing a trend line and this is the top here. So this top, next top is right there. This is the second top. So I have connected this top to the immediate second top and got one trend line. I can also get another trend line connecting this to this, pass it through this top. So in a down move, connect the tops. In an up move, connect the bottoms. That's what will tell you what happens when the trend is broken. When the trend is broken, doesn't automatically mean it will go the opposite way. It may go sideways, it may go down a bit and come back up a bit, and so on and so forth. As you can see in this chart, it has gone up and down, up and down. It has even made a really good peak here, which is higher than the peak here and the peak here. So that means it has tried to break out, but the breakout failed and it continued to go down. Now if you look at this, if you take the last technical trend, you will connect up this top and pass it via this top, this one. That means it has broken the downtrend at this point. After that, it has in fact started going up. Now, are you going to draw all this? I don't look at it like that. This is just too confusing. And anyway, I'm not going to be trading. I'm not going to buy and sell and buy and sell and buy and sell. I mean, that's just not what I want to do. I want to keep my money safe and I want it to grow over a period of time. Never forget, in the first lesson I said, decide what you want to do. Are you a long-term investor, a medium-term investor, or a short-term trader, or an intraday trader? Remember, stick to your core objective. So, I'm going to reset this chart by right-clicking on this and saying remove. There is also another way to remove all drawings, but we'll come to that later. So I have removed now all this thing. That's why I take a longer view of 5 years. Now you see, it makes a whole different perspective. When I say I am a long-term investor, then 5 years is my investment horizon. Between 3 to 5 years, I want to decide whether I should continue to hold or not. Now, over here, if I go and select a trend line, now I can decide from where. Okay, I want to say from here roughly here, but I don't stop there. I go there and I pull that away. So now I know this is my trend line. Now I also see from the long-term chart that while the uptrend was broken, no question about it, it was broken over here itself, the downtrend has also not gone down very much. In very short downtrend, started going up again. So it's very likely that it will move between the top here and the bottom here in a sideways manner, or what we call a time correction. Okay, so this is my long-term trend line. It says, okay, this is an index that I can bet on or not, as the case may be, depending on the interpretation that I have. Okay, thank you. If you have any further questions, post them in the group.